4 teams remain here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, and they are the top 4 seeds coming out of the regular season. Thunderhill took a little bit off it, and he'll celebrate with the crowd. We're all tied up. As Matthews postures up and scores his hat-trick goal. Let's go! Let's go! Good evening and welcome to Peterborough Memorial Centre for round number 2 of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs in game number 1 between the Peterborough Lakers and the Mimico Mountaineers. Peterborough comes in as the number 2 seed after the reverse sweep against Six Nations Arrows. Mimico swept away the Brampton Excelsiors despite being the underdog, the 3rd seed here. Matthew Carrick alongside Jonathan Donville and the JVI Sports Network. Bit of 2 different styles, much like we saw last night between Orangeville and St. Catharines, where Peterborough likes to get set, whereas Mimico likes to kind of run and gun a little bit more. Yeah, should be a good series, Matty. 31 teams start the summer in Canada vying for the Minto Cup. Only 10 remain. Only 4 left in Ontario, right? Getting the start here to round 2. 2 really good teams. I think, Matty, if the scores get closer to 10 and up, it favors Mimico. The scores stay closer to how they were in that first round series for the Lakers. That favors Peterborough. I think you're absolutely right. Mimico going to look to get up and down, but 2 of the biggest, strongest, most athletic teams in the OJLL, in my opinion. And a big hit early on from Peterborough. Drazi Uzanos, Justin Tavares taken down. Meanwhile, back towards the crease. A quick shot in on Cole Gervais gets the start tonight for Peterborough, who are in their whites with green trim. They'll go right to left. Mimico double blue, working away from Nate Whittam here in game number 1. Lucas Dudemain takes top spot. He'll accept the pass here. Mark Waters trying to open room. He'll drag it back across and left to right. Gervais makes a good stop. Yeah, good save by Gervais. He was outstanding in that first round series against Six Nations. The game clincher to finish off that reverse sweep with just a score of 6-3. That tells you all you need to know about this defense. Long pass intended from Daniel Clark to the man over on the far side. Matthew Drimmy, the rookie. And we played back to Finn Thompson. No rookie here after back-to-back scoring titles. Finished, I believe, 4th this year. Good enough for a second-team All-Star nomination as Justin Lee takes a shot in on the Peterborough net. Yeah, you mentioned Matty Drimmy, the rookie lefty. You don't need to specify the name. All the lefties besides DeLauro are rookies. Sagewood and Drimmy are all rookies on that left side. So a lot of youth for Peterborough, but 3 of the best rookies in the game. And not losing many players after this season either, as it continues to grow something special with Robert Hope down here for the Lakers as they draw first blood. Diving across the crease, it's Nate Sage. Nate Sage, 7 goals, 4 assists in that first round series. One of those rookies we're talking about. The key here is getting across the crease. He recognizes when he gets underneath his man, understands he has the angle to the crease, gets across. And Matty, what a good ovation here from a home crowd. Obviously known primarily as a senior A town, but we've seen Peterborough really support this club last Friday and today. That's a huge ovation, and Sage fired up to get his team going. Feel like we're right in with the crowd here, despite being in our own little radio booth, but already on the first shot of the game, credited to Peterborough, gets behind Nate Whittam.
Yeah, obviously can't blame Wyndham for that one. Right in on tight. Exactly the look you want.
Here's Kyle Waters, goes back across the floor. Up over the top, and that's Alex Roussel. He'll send it to Isaiah Moran-Weeks. Kept at bay, not allowed to get to the crease by Frank Coyle. And the shot clock will sound here against Mimico.
Yeah, worth noting that Peterborough started really hot in almost every game of that 5-game series, especially the ones they lost. They're up 3-0, 4-0 in some of those games. So the starts have not been the problem. The issue has been finishing games, and the inverse is true for Mimico. Not typically a fast-starting team, kind of settle into the game and wear teams down with resets.
Nick Rude to the far side to Colby Wood. He comes back through again on this right side. Bouncer through Whittam. It's 2-0.
Rude, the second leading scorer for the Lakers in the first round. 18 points, 5 goals, and 13 assists. I think just catches Whittam off guard just a little bit here. Puts it to that near side foot. I always hear guys say don't go 5-hole, but if you can get it to the foot, to the edge of the 5-hole, that's a good spot.
And in just his second playoff game, Alexander Hicks assisting on both of the early Peterborough goals here.
Yeah, Peterborough creating the turnover off the press as Crowley looks at it, but very few wins cleanly on faceoffs for the Lakers, but a lot of overall possession wins. I'd like to get the ball going back into their own zone, and then their big, strong defenders really win a lot of battles in those situations.
Was about to point out that this offense on the right side not going to have Michael Blaymeyers here tonight. Got banged up in that last series, and he is one of the graduating players, one of the top offensive players for Peterborough, but non-factor so far as they're already up 2-0.
Yeah, we mentioned, Matty, the difference stylistically between these two teams. The most significant difference is the age, right? This is a Mimico offense that graduates pretty much everybody. We mentioned all rookies for Peterborough. It's a lot of fifth-year guys for the Mountaineers.
Counting 7 grads on the side of Peterborough by comparison.
Oh, that's beautiful offense by the Mountaineers. Looking for Moran-Weeks.
He was buried on the crease right at the tail end, and back-to-back possessions down floor for Mimico.
I've been singing, Matty, Moran-Weeks' praises all summer long. This is the time when I expect him to really be good. He's had a great season, but playoff time, just an X-factor guy who can go get you a couple in these big games.
Back-to-back Peterborough possessions, ending up in the back of the net, whereas on the Mimico side, back-to-backs sounding with the shot clock. Here's Rude, got drilled on his way to the crease, and the arm of the officials high. And Rude is down in the crease. And hold your breath, Peterborough fans, because you're going to need number 15 upright. And he does do that as we get another look.
Yeah, it's going to be Taguri on the penalty. Here's the battle won by the Peterborough defense. It's going to be won by Nick Crowley, who was just today announced as a second-team All-Star in the OJLL. As Peterborough goes to their first break, or their first power play. Look for Sage 21 to set seals and slip through the middle. That's how they had a lot of success. And there he goes. Well defended by Mimico, just staying really tight.
Colby Wood takes top spot. Him and Rude playing catch. They cycle around. It's through Daniel Clark now.
There's Sage.
Back to Rude, and Sage does come in. Got hit as he was cutting through, but ball does go to the corner. Picked up off the reset by Rude. And Wood and Clark now continue to cycle around. Wood from up top. Got that one through everybody. Would have made the save, and Mimico picks it up. And look out, Nicholas Volkov is down floor. The lone trade deadline acquisition of these Mountaineers coming over from the Burlington Blaze.
Yeah, another guy named a second-team All-Star as well, I believe, today or yesterday by the OJLL. I think it's him and Crowley are the 2D guys. Congrats to them on outstanding seasons.
Dudemain far side. Back to Waters. Turns and sends a bouncer in front of Gervais. That gets up and into the screen in front of the bar area here at PMC. Mark
Waters there, good look. Plays his college ball at St. Joe's. By my count, Colby Wood on Peterborough also going to St. Joe's. They have it tight, Matty. And not a lot of their guys are below 6 foot. Not a lot of them are below 200 pounds. They like their big, strong Canadians down there. Guys like Levi Anderson, Levi Virch. And the two in this game certainly match the mold.
Up top here is Wood from long range, off the foot of Whittam.
Clark is a shooter here as well. 22. He's going to go through to Sage here.
Time ticking down on the penalty to Aaron Taguri. Nate Sage will pick it out. Got a goal already, and they're just going to hold and wait for Taguri to come out of the box, which he does now. Peterborough unable to capitalize on their first power play. Remember, back to the middle of the season, over the shoulder from Rude. That first little stretch from Mimico where they lost 3 in a row after going perfect 6-0. 2 of those in the same weekend were against Peterborough.
Yeah, and Coach Dean George, Matt, he talked to him before the game. He said, we had all of our guys. We weren't injured. They just beat us. I think that message was clearly conveyed to his team, too. These guys handed it to us twice, and we owe them one.
Also said there were no excuses. I know you asked about the bus ride,
Yep.
and, you know, again, turf, which isn't in Mimico, AC, which isn't in Mimico. He just simply said no excuses for this team now. As Waters ducks through everybody's sidearm shot. That is a great save from Gervais into the corner. Got a feeling we're going to see a lot of those from him. Kind of reminds me a few years ago, Deacon Knott nearly single-handedly winning a playoff series against the Toronto Beaches. That went the distance in this building. From up top, sidearm shot. That one from, I believe, Drimmy hits up high on Whittam.
Yeah, Matty, the one thing that Peterborough's done a good job of so far, well, not the one thing, they've been controlling the game so far, but they have limited the resets for Mimico. I don't think we've seen any repeat possessions. That's really how the Mountaineers killed Brampton and how they've done a lot of their damage this year. So if Peterborough can be clean on those ground balls, they're going to be in business.
There's Justin Tavares up on offense this time, a back-in call against Peterborough.
Yeah, Tavares just a throwback player. Does a little bit of everything. You'll see him on both sides of the ball. Can score, can play defense, can pick up loose balls.
Up top, sidearm from Finn Thompson. Went off the crossbar and then up and out of play. Tavares taking the spot of Henry Caponiti, the American player who has missed, I would say, the back half of the season, at least the back quarter. They'll work it through Rude down into the corner.
There it is.
Drimmy comes in, takes the shot, and it's right off Whittam. Mimico controls the rebound as well.
If you're a Mimico fan, really nice to see Nate Whittam settle in there. I think the power play, he really kind of got 4 or 5 shots against, kind of settled in a little bit. That was his best save of the night so far. Obviously wanted, probably one of those 2 goals back. But settle in since then, and there's the reset.
Look out. Dudemain off Gervais. Thought he had it. It bounces to the far side for Moran Weeks, who cuts the lead in half.
Yeah, a good kind of summary here of a lot of Mimico's strengths, right? Dudemain, a big, strong guy, can really get to the goal. Gervais never found this ball. I think he thought it was still in his equipment. And Moran Weeks, a guy who I already highlighted, just feels like he's a player ready for this moment. And he scores a lot of his goals like that, right? Not a lot of his goals are schemed up. A lot of them are rebounds, stuff off resets, just grinder goals. And those are the ones that are hard to come by in the playoffs.
18 points now for Lucas Dudemain in the playoffs as he assists on that goal. Moran Weeks with 12. Justin Lee 11, Finn Thompson 18 did most of the damage for Mimico in that Brampton series. That lasted all of 3 games. Dudemain back here to Waters, far side. Thompson. Moran Weeks comes into the pile. They'll look him off and go to Justin Lee instead. Moran Weeks to Lucas Dudemain. Under 10 to shoot. Dudemain far side. A shovel shot again. Goal. Moran Weeks again.
Moran Weeks doing a very difficult thing, Matty, which just makes me look like I know what I'm talking about. And again, not pretty here. Just sneaks up on his wrong side, and you can see the trust from Finn Thompson to throw it to a guy on the wrong side of the floor, and he goes for the scoop shot and ties this up. This is what we thought this was going to be, right? I think a pretty evenly matched series, 2 pretty good teams here, 2 very good teams, but 2 pretty evenly matched teams. I'm not really that surprised that we're locked at 2 halfway through the first period here.
To your point, the race to 10. Peterborough only getting there one time. It was the 10-9 overtime victory, penalty shot overtime victory here in this building. 13-10, 11-6, 13-6, the winning scores for Mimico.
And the Mimico series, easily the highest scoring series. In the St. Catharines Burlington series, those teams also only got to 10 goals once. And then Orangeville got there a couple times. Beaches never got to 10 goals. So scoring will go down in the playoffs as Roussel goes for the around the world. And a good battle here. These is a strength for both these teams. Offensive loose balls for Mimico and defensive for the Lakers.
It'll be Peterborough's defense that picks it back up, though. Brought over center by Sam Trumbull, nominee for Transition Player of the Year in the awards that were the finalists were announced the other day. Daniel Clark to the corner. Clark splits everybody all alone in front, the tap dance, and then the shot over top of Whittam. Shot clock continues to tick down, only 5 on it. Wood had to hurry that bouncer.
That was one of the oldest plays in the book, called Rattlesnake. Everyone calls it Rattlesnake. If you hear people saying rattle, the whole lacrosse world seems to agree that that's what that play is called. And Peterborough runs it to perfection. Look out.
Riley Simpson, the strip there on his man crossing center.
Oh.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 3. But that shot and just over top of everything once again.
And Whittam says, no happy meal for you.
Justin Lee. He'll come around the corner. Past the halfway mark of this first period already. All knotted at 2.
Good battle there from Crowley and Thompson, two of the best players in the league. Oh, Crowley's going to get a piece at the end.
And well, no arm went up. That was just a reset from the far official. Thompson was already looking at the ref to see if there was a penalty initially,
yeah.
and then ate a two-hander. Meanwhile, Peterborough has it on the far side. Matthew Drimmy. Up top to Nick DeLauro. DeLauro back to Drimmy. Turning it to Finley Watson. And on the run, a sidearm shot from DeLauro. Didn't miss the glove side that by much.
That looked like it was a set piece as well. Cross pick. Clark set a nice cross pick for DeLauro. DeLauro, the lone veteran on that left side, playing with the 3 rookies there.
Shots favoring the Lakers, 11-8.
Sure, he's showing them how to shave after practice and how to do their taxes, how to change a spare tire. It's a lot of learning that goes on from the ages of 16 to 21, Matty. Uh-oh.
William White, look out. Lots of floor to work with. Big high step. Frank Coyle got blown up after the fact, but the goal will count.
Matty, one of the most unique building layouts in the OJLL with the boards, or the benches, on the opposite side of each other. And I think Mimico just not quite used to it as they just run off a guy, not realizing that they don't have that kind of cushion here. The Peterborough guy was coming right off the bench. Coyle says, you're going to let me walk down Main Street. I'm going to shoot this thing as hard as I can. That's what you like to see. You don't want to see D guys making cute shots. You don't want to see D guys throwing floaters. You want to see D guys throwing overhand shots as hard as they can at the goalie's feet. And for Coyle, it works out well.
With an 11-foot long, long pole.
Yeah.
I believe social media had that discussion already. Rude up to Clark. They'll go to the far side for Wood one more time.
They like to do this a lot for Wood, where they send the other lefty over on a cross pick and let number 9 go to work. That's really well defended there by Mimico. The key is to guard the off-ball guy without giving up too much space for Wood, because he can really get to the goal.
That's Robert Hope. Turner Evans on the bench of the Peterborough Lakers. Finn Thompson went for a shot, got knocked down just as he was about to release, and that was Crowley doing damage once again on defense. Saw him take care of Moran Weeks earlier. Then he recovers to come up top and tip the shot from Dudemain.
Yeah, one of the nice things about covering Peterborough, Matty, is Coach Hope is so good at communicating to his players clearly and loudly that we can often tell what's on his mind up here. We can tell most of the game plan.
Justin Lee ducks under. And that ball rolls through the crease and results in a big scrum. All of this on Mimico's shot clock, however. in behind the Peterborough net. Gervais trying to get his stick involved, see if he can't drag it out, and Moran Weeks thought he had it. And guess who? Crowley making sure he can't go anywhere. That is a great shift.
Yeah, that's a good playoff battle. Sorry, Matty, I totally agree with you. A great playoff battle between 8 guys down there behind the goal line.
Nick Crowley involved in most of it. Here's Daniel Clark. Kind of surprised his name didn't show up more in some of those season-ending things, whether it be All-Star or any of the individual awards. Nicholas Rude, you can make a case for as well. He's got it here. Already with 20 points in the playoffs, including 2 here this evening on the first 3 goals.
Yeah, we didn't see Peterborough a whole ton in the regular season, Matty. Rude and Clark are really interchangeable guys. They play very well together. They both shoot it. They both pass it. They're both pretty quick. They're both pretty much the same size. So good chemistry for them on that right side. And 2 guys who, if you didn't have jersey numbers on, would be pretty tough to tell the difference.
To your point, 21 points through those 5 games for Clark, and 18 coming into tonight for Nicholas Rude. Kyle Waters lost control of that as it bounces in front of William White.
Justin Lee playing with some jam tonight, by the way. Just using his big body, being physical on the loose balls. A guy who's been part of this Mimico core for years. You know, when he's scoring, Matty, doesn't it feel like this Mountaineers team is unstoppable? That's kind of the, one of the ways you can tell if they're really playing well.
One of 13 graduating 21-year-olds off this Mimico roster.
Yeah.
As from the far side, stumbling.
Which includes pretty much the whole offense, too. Thompson, Dudemain, Waters, Lee.
Moran Weeks.
Yep. So it's a lot of them.
But such is the world of Junior A lacrosse, Junior A sports in general, where they kind of come and go. Here's Dudemain around the back. Ryan Steins, Henry Campanetti, 2 other graduating players not in tonight's game. Lee will take the shot. Gervais with the stop. Mimico really not many good looks tonight as this very underrated Peterborough defense goes to work.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this Peterborough defense, they really are underrated. This is a physical group, and they're extremely well coached. Don't make a lot of mistakes. Been saying it throughout the playoffs. Offense is about stars sometimes. Defense is the weakest link game. The weakest link, very strong for Peterborough.
Clark into the corner. Alexander Hicks, no room to walk out. He was trying to find Clark again, but at the tail end of the shot clock, it'll just bounce down into the corner. And I think people, if you haven't seen a team a lot, you automatically default to what they've done historically. And as we said off the top, I mean, this is mostly Senior A Lakers territory, but this team looking pretty good these days. Here's Thompson. Collides with Trumbull. Thompson will flip it back down low. The bouncer still hopping around in that crease at the feet of Gervais, and he's bailed out by 2 defenders.
What a possession by Finn, though. Dancing a little bit. He's taking some wax, though. It's going to be that kind of series.
We talked about that last night with guys like Joey Spallina.
Sure.
You're going to put up points. You're going to pay for it when you get to the Junior A playoffs here in Ontario.
There's a very simple solution. If Finn doesn't want to get whacked anymore, he can just stop scoring goals. If you stop scoring, he'll stop getting whacked.
Intercepted by Aiden McDonnell. Him and brother Angus reunited here this year as they'll go up to Justin Tavares. Thought he might be in the conversation for Transition Player of the Year too, but playing out the front door mostly this evening so far, as Dudemain's shot will skip wide of everything, and look out, here comes Crowley again. Nick Crowley with Dudemain trying to catch up the pump fake, and the shot just wide.
That's why you want your D guys hammered at the feet.
Second team All-Star.
Yep.
He knows what's up. Come on.
He scored a beautiful goal in Six Nations last week, too, so I'm just
Moran Weeks.
I'm just giving a great player some grief.
Tavares to Waters. That one they're going to say is over and back. It was late enough in the shot clock, too. We restarted by Peterborough down to our left. Daniel Clark playing up top to Nicholas Rude. He'll give back to Clark. Rude got blown up. Intended for Nick DeLauro was that pass that bounces wide and back into Nate Whittam.
We're rolling here. A couple goals and just the one penalty. It feels like we're playing at a good pace here. Again, I think these teams are notably two of the more athletic teams in the league. I would say the pace is definitely higher than we've seen.
Dudemain taking it to the corner, has a man on the crease. And is that Moran Weeks again? Yes, it is.
Does that count as a natural hat trick, Matty, if it's 3 in a row just for your own team? I think we'll count it.
Well, Coyle split that at the 8-minute mark.
So nice flip pass from Dudemain. And Moran Weeks just going through the middle. She scored 3 goals now in this game with a combined probably 8 feet away from the goal between the 3 goals. And again, that's where goals get scored in the playoffs.
Lucas Dudemain, Justin Lee getting the assists. Gervais asking for a quick break for water. This series will flip to Mimico on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Back here on Friday, along with our crew, an 8 p.m. start as well. Be sure you subscribe to the OJLL YouTube channel. Tavares, what a move as he spins around his man. And just like that, Mimico are back on top.
Justin Tavares is really good off the faceoffs. Has a knack for picking up these loose balls. Gets a good pick there to help him on his way. And again, it's just confidence, right? Confidence to go in that situation. Not exactly the perfect scenario, but a good wrap shot. Shoots it right out of the roll. And Mimico already passed that 3-goal mark that Peterborough held Six Nations to in the elimination game. So a good start here for the Mimico offense. As Tavares picks up another face-off, Lucy.
Face-off from, I believe that was Hobbs that took it. Went right into the pocket of number 11. He'll flip it back to Dudemain. Said Mimico retaking the lead. I'll correct myself. Their first time they're on top here in this game as we near the final minute. That makes it 4-3. Dudemain down into the corner here. Waters back to Dudemain as those two lefties continue to work. Dudemain's shot.
Good shift from Frank Coyle there.
Just getting in the lane. Coyle, yeah.
One of a number of big, strong, effective Peterborough defenders.
Crowley, ball in and out of his stick. He'll pick it back up. No offensive shift this time as he hands it off to the O guys. The Let's Go Lakers chant starts in front of us. Here's Drimmy. Matthew Drimmy to the outside boards. Finley Watson, fellow rookie, sends it back to Sage. Shot clock down to 5 as Sage wheels over the top. Still got a shot away, and that's right into the midsection of Aaron Taguri.
Good eat. Don't rub it.
Yelling off the Mimico bench. I was wondering if they were going to call timeout. They are going to call Nate Whittam, however.
I think, okay, so they got to wait till the end of this shot clock.
Dudemain giving here to Finn Thompson, and he will indeed wait it out. Calls out the play, directs traffic. Moving up is Dudemain. Here for Waters, fakes, shoots, and jumping in front of that. I believe that's William White.
Good eat. Don't rub it. What a play by William White. Good recognition by Mimico there. Finn Thompson gets shut. They take the 5-on-4, get a pretty good look. White jumps in the lane. That's what you want to see out of your defenders here. Some talk, I think, about a penalty. I don't think we're going to get a call, though.
I think Peterborough might have been trying to call timeout there right at the end.
Right.
And the horn did sound, so the officials will come together and say that that is the end of a fantastic first period, of which Mimico now leads 4-3. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs, fueled by Gatorade. We'll be back to the PMC in about 10 minutes.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Let's go, raise up one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
ready, Ottawa. Box lacrosse is returning to its Canadian roots and giving the nation's capital the team they deserve.
Back live here in Peterborough as game number 1 between the Mimico Mountaineers and Peterborough Lakers continues with period number 2. It's Mimico up 4-3. A reminder that the rest of this series continues on Wednesday in Mimico, 8 p.m. That'll also be game number 2 between Orangeville St. Catharines, which our crew will be live for at 8 p.m. Day off Thursday, and planning to be back here for the next game of the series, game number 3 on Friday. That's also an 8 p.m. start. Be sure you download the OJLL app for the entire schedule and subscribe to this channel where we'll bring all of the playoff action to you as the drive to the Minto Cup is on, Donnie.
Yeah, one thing I want to mention here before the face-off. Peterborough has had a lot of success on these face-offs, flicking the ball back, but Tavares has been winning them for Mimico. So just watch that on the face-offs, the extent to which Tavares can beat the Peterborough defense in Peterborough's defensive zone, which is really successful for them against Six Nations.
That time it was Owen Hobbs who got lit up as he came across the line. Alex Roussel, a quick shot right on the crease to open the period. That sees Mimico go right to left here in the second.
Yeah, what a start from Gervais. Ready to go at the top of the hour. And having Tavares on the faceoff is a nice luxury. He makes the skip pass to Thompson that gets that play going.
Lakers working around the horn, far side on the run. Clark can't bring it down. And look out as Jordan Vincent is behind everybody. And Gervais is going to bail out the offense.
Looking extra speedy in those mismatched shoes.
I think he's aware. I think he knows those shoes aren't matched. YouTube comments always have to make sure. Then McIsaac chases his man to the outside after a reset of the Peterborough shot clock. Now brought out by Colby Wood. He'll put it up top, quickly down to the crease where the shot from Finley Watson into the feet of Whittam.
Mimico's going to look to run here. Again, I mentioned the benches being on the opposite sides here at the Mem Center. Doesn't give as extreme of advantages, but you can definitely get guys off that gate. Peterborough's got to come a long way across.
Wood on the run, low shot, Whittam the save. And already, they got another guy down floor. This time it's Taguri. Tavares trailing the play. He'll bounce one in.
Yeah, the Peterborough bench not happy with their O guys. And Maddie, you said, they got another guy down the floor. The real key with Mimico is they got 3 guys down the floor, right? It's not just one guy that's going. It's everybody. Taguri corrals it, goes to Tavares. That's a pretty sick shot. He tries to look like he's going back for the twister to the short side and pulls it down to the foot when the goalie starts leaning. That's a pretty savvy shot there. And look for Finn Thompson now on the faceoff unit. So if Mimico can pick this up here, look for 17 to try to get involved early.
Well, can't do it from his backside. That's where he got knocked down by way of minor interference, but quickly goes along with Hobbs. Pass back to Dudemain. That will cross center. 5-3 Mimico. Isaiah Moran-Weeks with the hat trick. Tavares now with the pair. That's where all the offense has come from. Off the post. Big step-up shot from Nick Rude. And there's chopping behind Britton Pitt.
And Alex Hicks there.
Hicks with a pair of assists in that first period. Him and Nicholas Rude, 1-1. The only 2 Lakers players with multiple points in that first frame. Here's Matthew Drimmie. Hicks comes off the boards. Can't bring it down in front of the crease of Whittam.
Nice play by Whittam.
Yeah. Got that big canoe paddle out there. Here's Dudemain.
A lot of room, go.
I'm just about to say, slowly bringing it in. He'll shrug off his man. To Moran-Weeks, to Lee.
This is a set piece, going to end up with the Thompson up pick. Yep, right there.
He was too aggressive with it, but there was already a high sticking call coming. So it'll be the first power play of the game for the Mountaineers, who were deadly throughout the regular season. 8 goals in 3 playoff games, 5 of them coming off the stick of Lucas Dudemain with the man advantage.
Well, Dudemain did the damage in the first round, but Finn Thompson easily led the Junior A in power play goals this year, if my numbers are correct. And it really looks to be a scorer in these scenarios. So look for 17 here.
He's got the ball right now up top. Going to pass off Again, showing how smart you are.
Let's just name the other 3 guys too, because we already got 2. So let's just name the other 3 guys, and then we've definitely predicted it.
They've just switched up their right-hand side with Justin Lee, who cuts through the middle, couldn't handle that no-look pass, and it's into the stick of Peterborough.
Good hustle from Dudemain and Thompson there. I think Thompson thought about getting off. If he'd gotten off, that was going to be a clear breakaway.
Lucas Osborne, the one who brings it up. Here's Nick Rude now. He'll put it in the stick of Clark. Back across for Wood. Slams in the brakes. Back up top. Clark can't handle it. Closing in towards that timeline. Picked up by Mimico, and there's blue jersey behind everybody yet again.
Yeah, not sure probably Dudemain probably wants to not throw that next time, but again, Mimico just looking to go. It's clearly the initiative starting from the bench and throughout the team. They want to run here.
Past the halfway mark of this first Mimico power play. Finn will bring it back up top to Dudemain. Took a little bit off that. Was selling shot the whole way, and Thompson, nice move to get it out of the crease to Lee, to Roussel off the crossbar right at the siren. So this will not be an over impact. Doesn't get there anyways, but Lee will have another chance.
And a full 30 left on the penalty here.
Low shot, Dudemain bounds off the backboards, and Aiden McDonnell will come out the door to get the stoppage.
Yeah, good shot by Roussel there. He stepped across the net and dropped his stick to get Gervais to drop, and then tried to go basically low to high from a low angle, or from a short angle. Not an easy shot, almost hit it. Piping crossbar, goalie's best friend.
Here's Matthew Jeremy. Peterborough can take this all the way down, I believe, in the penalty. Caleb Connell asking where he's going, if he's headed to the bench or down floor. Out to the far side, Clark. Penalty expires as Clark runs it over the top. Sidearm past a pair of defenders, and Whittam just stood there and took it.
Yeah, good kill for the Lakers. Got to feel pretty good about that penalty kill. Got the one good look from Roussel off a bit of a broken play, but other than that, pretty good defense.
5 minutes gone here in the period. Just the one goal for Mimico so far. They lead 5-3.
The same set piece here for Thompson. There he is.
Roussel to Lee, corner, Moran Weeks. Justin Lee will come through the middle and ended up setting a screen for Moran Weeks. And look out here. Justin Lee, the clean takedown, Carter Frost. The single leg, I think.
Yeah. I think Mimico missed a few cutters there. I think Thompson was open the first one, and Lee might have been open too. Again, something I've been saying throughout the playoffs. The windows get smaller. Throw it in. Just like that. Throw it into Sage and gets a good look.
And Sage off the end boards. Back up to Wood. Wood turns. Gets buried by 4 defenders and taken down. Tail end of the shot clock, and Billing doesn't like it.
Yeah, if you're Mimico, you got to ignore that call. I don't mind the call. I think it's a good call. But that's good defense from Mimico. You'll take, you don't want the extra shove and the turnover. But that's excellent defense. You want guys rallying to the ball late in possessions.
Wood to Clark. That one sidearm look out up in the stands.
Yeah, wow.
And yes, there are more folks on this side under the camera than there are that you'll see over on the far side. I know that confuses the comment section sometimes here too, but
yep, several more in the restaurant section too. There's a good crowd here tonight. As we expect, the 4 venues left to be really good crowds here throughout the rest of the OJLL. Orangeville, obviously, always dependable. Good crowd here. Mimico should be rocking. And then St. Catharines has been one of the best crowds we've seen all year.
Here's Thompson. He'll send it across the restraining line to Dudemain. Now the floor opens up for Finn. Turns, no shot, still with it. Cuts back across his body. Takes it in on Gervais and will reset the shot clock himself.
Double cross pick there from Mimico. Just getting a lot of space cleared out for Finn.
Trying the little pick and roll with Moran Weeks as Dudemain couldn't get it back to him.
Should have numbers here. Peterborough should have numbers if they want it.
Crowley, nice cutback move to clear this one down floor. Up for Clark. Sage off the bench. Daniel Clark has it again. Says no to Alexander Hicks. Now comes across for real. He'll connect with DeLauro. Back to Hicks, who's circled the net now. Looking for the pick and roll with Clark. who couldn't shed his man.
Yeah, Coach Hope sending a clear message to his team. Got to get off faster here. They got bit by the transition game once. Don't want to do it again.
Shots even 18 all with 12 and a half to go here. Ball back to the far side. Waters on the run. Loose ball in the crease. And picked up by Peterborough.
Yeah, Matty, we've seen a lot of games like this in the playoffs where they're 5-3 or 6-3 in the second quarter, and they can go one of two ways, right? A big sequence here. Next goal, obviously big. Next 2 or 3 goals, really big. If Mimico can stretch this, it's going to be tough. And if Peterborough can come back, this sets up a good third period.
Bit of a late whistle there as Hobbs went down. Here comes Angus McDonnell to the cage. The shot from Gervais. McDonnell ran through, so he can't pick this up. Finn Thompson will, though.
McDonnell getting on the R2 speed burst there.
Roussel looking to make room for Thompson. At some point in this game, I'm going to get my Finleys confused with Watson and Thompson. It's coming in the series. The Mimico version. Thompson gives it over. Return pass for Roussel. Ooh. Corner was there.
Yep.
And then the elbow of Gervais got there just before the ball.
Yeah, good save by Gervais. He's keeping a minute here. I think fair to say Mimico's probably outplayed them in this period, but Gervais really just been steady. Kind of like Connor O'Toole in a sense, right? Not a lot of highlight reel saves from him, but just very steady. A big body in there. Takes up a lot of net. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Plays his angles very well. Probably is a guy that deserved a little bit more credit. I think Peterborough fans probably think they have a few guys like that.
Yep.
But second seed in the OJLL with, not a lot of household names in the lacrosse Twitter sphere, I guess.
Well, again, I think that goes back to, historical bias. If you didn't watch them this year, you assume they've been what they've been for 5 years, and that simply is not the case with this Peterborough Lakers team.
Yeah, there's obviously geography plays a part in that too, right? If you're not from Peterborough, you probably haven't been to a Peterborough game yet this year, and that sort of thing. But this is a good group.
Some folks basing assumptions based off perhaps the one time that Peterborough came into their fans building.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're Mimico, the one time they came in did not go very well.
Yeah. Neither did the trip here.
No.
I don't think, when I was at Mimico, we rarely played well here. Just a tough trip. And when the Lakers get going in this building, it's always a tough place to win.
Matthew Dremy around the screen. Wood was the intended target back, but it's picked off by Hobbs, who has had a great game so far. He'll flip it to Dudemain off the front bench. And if you can get the crowd, I don't care what game you're playing in this building, it could be minor ball and pee.
Sure.
If the crowd gets behind you, that just creates a little bit extra energy for that home side. Here to Thompson. That low shot rose up, I guess, into Gervais, and rebound had a bit of trouble with it. Eventually he found Crowley. He was headed all the way down floor again. Likes to pull out this time.
Yeah, he doesn't look up when he gets going in transition. He just says, I'm bigger, stronger than you, I'm going. Mason Cree playing a little bit of two-way as well, primarily a D guy. Going to work out well. A lot of D guys on the floor right now for Peterborough. I wonder if that's Coach Hope trying to fight fire with fire a little bit.
Mimico going to take a penalty. It'll be a tripping call.
Matty, we've been talking up Justin Tavares in this game. You mentioned it, but Owen Hobbs, 77 from Mimico, very similar player to Tavares. Does a lot of the same things, similar in stature. Guys who are smaller defenders, but can impact the game off the ground and transition, making a good play there. For the Lakers here, looking back to the first series, 4 power play goals for Clark, 2 for Sage. I think Blaemeyers may have had one, not on our score sheet though. So Clark and Sage really getting it done. Sage does most of his damage on those up picks, trying to find him through the middle, and then Clark obviously the shooter there. If you're Mimico, you got to play the percentages. Best predictor of behavior, Matty, pass behavior.
Peterborough set up again. Wood taking top spot. Rude across to Dremy. And Wood as they cycle those righties again.
There's Sage hunting that up pick again.
Down low, Rude shot it. It Bounces away from Wood and then off his stick a second time for the over and back. Ben McIsaac quickly there.
That's a good shift to PK for the Mountaineers here.
Roussel trying to kill off time. Lakers did not score on their first power play. Neither did Mimico earlier on in the period.
Good read by Crowley there on a cross pick for Thompson. I thought they had a good angle on it. Crowley jumps out and takes it away.
This is Dudemain all by himself from the far side. A one-hand desperation attempt.
That's what we call a mom goal. Hits the side of the net and your mom cheers and nobody else does. And that was to a T what just happened. Shout out Ryan Boyle, best in the business at not getting fooled by mom goals.
Went to the far side, into the back of the net, and everybody's mom loves that here in Peterborough.
Not that kind of program, Matty.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I mentioned Clark, 4 power play goals just in the playoffs, so this is his 5th. Going to come around it, not really even come around it. Volkov just sitting back in the lane a little bit, and Clark goes right over the top. And again, I mentioned those saves by Gervais, right? How big do those feel now? 5-4,
Yes.
right back into this game. Not all saves are necessarily created equal. You need them at the right times, and Peterborough struggling just a little bit in that opening part of the period. Gervais has their back, and all of a sudden, one shot away from this being a tie game.
Peterborough set up. And as you said, 1-goal game now, 5-4. Both teams have one here in this period. That's got 7:30 left in it. Wood to Rude just off the top spot. Headed back towards the bench. There was DeLauro. Can't save his equipment manager. That one goes back into the Peterborough bench. It'll be Moran Weeks to come and get this restart. Whole ton of room here if Dudemain elects to use it. Goes to Moran Weeks instead. Over the shoulder, Roussel.
Good finish there. That's Carter Frost. And Mimico's going to get held for withholding there. So good finish to that possession by the Lakers. Good look from Moran Weeks. Another one for Roussel.
Peterborough to the outside. It's Clark that gets hit with a double team.
They got numbers if they see the trailer here.
Initially contacted by Pitt, who then heads down floor. Thompson is the trailer. That shot may have got his own man Begley, and then Thompson taken down after. Gets called for interference.
Yeah, if you're Mimico, you'll take those shots. That's exactly what they're looking for. 3 guys running the floor hard. They find Thompson. A good check as here's Finn's got another good look.
Oh, double clutched in midair. Had fooled Gervais, but
yeah,
ran out of airtime.
He's been all around it here as Trumbull gets going.
That's Sam Trumbull. Believe the same as Ben, who was traded to Burlington at the deadline last year on the run. Shot from Thompson.
Yeah, Trumbull hasn't scored yet in the playoffs, but scored an awful lot for the Lakers in the regular season. Again, one of those nominees for Transition Player of the Year. You got to find number 2.
Adam Trumbull picked 16th overall in this year's draft from Aurelia. So even more coming. Wood saved that from going over and back, but no help as Angus McDonnell was the only one there. Justin Lee trying to force it back to the far side of the crease. Lee does pick it up using his size to one-hand it out of the pile. That is a big boy battle in there right now with Justin Lee and Colby Wood, and it's going to be William White that wins it.
Nice play at the end of that by Wood to stop the scoring chance. But if you're the Lakers, you're just playing with fire here. You're really letting Mimico get odd man advantages. Gervais bailing you out. That time Wood bailed him out. Got to find ways to limit turnovers, get off the floor.
Over the top, Drimmy. Little pick and roll action there between Clark and Rude, but the return pass just skipped a little too far for Rude to catch it.
Too many men here.
5, 6, Yeah, there were 7 when I looked down, which is at least one too many.
Boy, mental mistake from Mimico there. No advantage really off the gate. Just an error in the change box there. It's one of those ones, man. The head coach starts looking up and down the bench. No one meets his eye. He's looking to see.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah. Both gates say it was the other gate's fault, and
yeah. Under 5 to play here in this second period. Wood ducks through, shoots. That's off the foot of Taguri. Rude with 10 to shoot. Back to Wood. Up top, they've opened space for Clark. His sidearm does get through, but the rebound straight back to Nicholas Rude, and they'll extend the possession.
Yeah, good save from Whittam here. He's been pretty solid.
Shots even at 22.
Another Sage up pick, hunting one.
Shot from Rude, and Nate Sage chased it down, ran back through the crease. So
Mimico's got to be careful here. I think some of those Sage up picks are open. Peterborough's found them really well in the Six Nations series. Got to be careful they don't do it again. There's a big collision here. That's Simpson and White, I think, causing the turnover. That's good defending there. I think Lucas Osborne might have been in on it as well. But that'll give them at least one more look at this power play. A minute left.
Aiden McDonnell stripped. And the man-up unit goes back to work with Wood up top, straight down the middle. Whittam the save. It comes out of the crease, and trying to dig for it was Sage. Paid for it with a couple hits.
Sage always around the goal, isn't he? Just looking for whatever he can find.
Another one of those players, we talked about it with Aiden Long last night, just sort of seems to be wherever the ball is, going to be within a few feet of it.
Yep.
Here's Thompson.
He also knows at the end of those possessions, he got technically called for 2 loose ball violations at the end of those possessions, but what do you have to lose? Mimico already is getting the ball, so you might as well try to create a goal. Even if it's a low chance that it's actually going to count, it's worth taking.
Thompson hung on to that for 30 seconds. Tail end of this penalty, only a handful left as Roussel getting ready to return to play. 1 for 3 on the power play tonight are the Peterborough Lakers as Vincent comes onto the floor for Mimico. Clark through Wood. Back here to Sage in the corner, walks out, shoots sidearm. Well, wide of the mark. Shot clock count is down on the floor with official John Vandergiesen. It's him, Brendan Hessen, and Andrew Ecclestone tonight.
Good save from Whittam there at the end. I know it's from way out, but doesn't seem like those go in an awful lot, especially in the playoffs. So just good job making the easy saves and getting it going for Mimico. As after that goal, this period definitely feels like it's shifted more to the Lakers. Just a lot more offense on the right side of the floor. Good look for Moran Weeks. Huge loose ball here. Judamain's typically pretty good at these. Yeah, and he's going to get another one.
Moran Weeks in there to help out, should he have been required as well. This one up top for Thompson, who lets fly off of Gervais and straight up. And it'll be a crease call against Mimico here.
Yeah, and Finn looking to the sky. He's had at least 5 quality looks in this period. And Gervais has just been solid on him. Finn's a guy who can really fool goalies, right? So I think Gervais' quiet style might help in there. Doesn't get fooled a lot. Trying to play it straight up.
Through the middle, Sage cutting back, got drilled just as he took the shot. To your point, Finn Thompson, 7 goals, 11 assists through 3 games against Brampton. Pointless here with 1:20 left in period number 2.
What do you do on those quiet goalies? Like we're talking about is Peterborough tries to rip through to Drimmy. You got to hit low corners, right? Gervais not a guy who really is, like I said, going to get fooled, not going to move a whole ton in there, right? Get it low and away, get it at his feet, get it to the pipes. Those are typically the best place to go on goalies who aren't, in like the kick save splits kind of motions.
Thompson has it again, backs away from the pile. He'll feed it far side for Waters. 10 on the shot clock as he walks in. Takes one in on Gervais, picked out by Roussel. 45 left to go. Roussel shoots off the shoulder of Gervais. And now Moran Weeks wants to go after the loose ball.
Yeah, it's a good angle for our viewers where we are in Peterborough. when the righties have it, you can kind of see what they're looking at on Gervais. Just a very solid stance. Not like you're really giving anything up. As Mimico is going to take a timeout. 27 seconds left on the game clock, only 16 on the shot clock, so this will be 5-on-5. But they didn't take one in the first period, so you might as well take it now.
Yeah, can't take it with you.
Yep. That's the thought process there as we get, by the way, a look at Tanner Thompson's Mimico sweatshirt. Never lost a tailgate. That's the that's the thing.
It's a thing of beauty.
Those are sweet.
There's T talking to the offense. Scored some big goals in that uniform over the times I knew you were a teammate of his.
Just a wonderful teammate, a wonderful guy, and an incredible junior player in Mimico. And we mentioned those graduating players, Matty, really the end of the Thompson era in Mimico, right? Tanner started his junior career, by my count, in 2013, so 11 years of Thompson lacrosse. Tanner was part of our original team that brought Mimico back into the Junior A circle. And, you know, what a run it's been for that family. Tanner, Keaton, Hudson, and now Finn have really spent more than a decade in this jersey. And their parents been wonderful people to be around, and you know, cool to see the legacy they've left in Mimico.
Tanner, a 20-goal scorer in the NLL back in 2023 with the Albany Firewolves. Finn has it here, got it off a stick. That hit Gervais. Well, I thought it did anyways, but no reset. And immediate timeout called by Peterborough. They were going to do that the whole time. Probably prearranged it during the timeout of Mimico.
Yeah, it seemed like a miscommunication on the Mimico bench about who actually was supposed to be on the floor. You see that sometimes. Guys aren't necessarily, you know, if they don't think they're in the play, they're not listening. So you see miscommunications like that, but I think that's why you didn't see much of a set piece. But still, 11 seconds left as the attention turns to Turner Evans. You know, talking about guys who have family legacies in Lakers jerseys and scored a lot of big goals in this jersey, right? Two guys, Tanner and Turner, not all that different in age. Two guys who are outstanding junior players and very good NLL players, and have, you know, the marquee names for these two franchises in terms of family surnames. Thompson from Mimico, and obviously the storied Evans name in here in Peterborough.
Saw Sean in the building.
Yep.
Before tonight's game, legend basically everywhere he's put a jersey on.
Especially here, though, right?
Yeah,
this is the nucleus.
So here we go. 10 seconds left.
Good jump. Look out.
Net
Look out.
is
Net's empty.
Taguri can only knock it across center. I think he's going to run out of time, but not before a big hit just across center. Taguri, one who's not going to back down, as him and Frank Coyle discuss it. Another good period here between these two teams. 5-4 after 2 periods. Third is coming your way in about 10 minutes' time. We'll have it for you right here on the OJLL YouTube channel. The playoffs are fueled by Gatorade. We'll be back to the PMC momentarily.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Let's go, raise up one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Get ready, Ottawa. Box lacrosse is returning to its Canadian roots and giving the nation's capital the team they deserve.
Teams are back on the floor for the third period here between Mimico and Peterborough. The Mountaineers have a 5-4 lead in this game number 1 of the semifinal series, which will return to Mimico on Wednesday night. It's an 8 p.m. start at the Mimico Arena. Our crew will be in St. Catharines for game number 2 between the Athletics and the Orangeville, an 8 p.m. start right here on the OJLL YouTube channel. Underway with the Lakers picking up the face-off. William White. Bit of a stop and a reset.
Hobbs and Roussel there making the play for Mimico. That was a good read to start that by White. He looked to go backwards like I've been saying they like to do and read that Mimico was jumping and ends up going forwards. But Hobbs and Roussel jump on the double team.
Feeding it out in front. A shot and a crease violation there from, I believe that was Dudamine. Quick test here in the third for Cole Gervais.
Yeah, tale of two halves of that second period there. I think Mimico definitely owned the first part of it. Then Peterborough gets the power play goal, really settled in, and they, I think, set the tempo in the second half of that period. So should set up for a good third period. Who can own the tempo? Who can own the play between the restraining lines? That's going to be key.
Isaiah Moran-Weeks, a hat trick in the first period, nothing in that middle stanza. He'll go through the captain, Thompson. Change of shoes here, it looks like, for Justin Lee. Going black and white kicks. I know you're a fan of one or the other.
Yeah.
Decided to go both in one shot.
The black shoes, white socks look is, I can't say making a comeback because I don't know if it was ever big, but it's a thing now. I did it this year. Never thought I'd say those words, but.
How many goals did you score?
Not enough.
Okay,
not enough. I knew there was something wrong.
Here's Wood up top. Sidearm shot. That one hits off the dasher and goes way high. Queen better look out. Daniel Clark's shot.
I think it's the king now, Matty.
I didn't take a long enough look at the pictures.
I think that's how that works, although could be wrong.
Isaiah Moran-Weeks through Roussel. Weeks all by himself here on the left-hand side. Going to tuck it around the corner. Got knocked into Gervais after that ball had already bounded loose. And
smart play by Crowley.
Crowley
wow.
just going to knock it down into Mimico's end to go off for the change. You're right. That is high IQ right there. From the outside, Sage got it off Whittam, knocked back into the crease.
That's another thing you can do in this building way better than other buildings is called a bench seal. So 2 or 3 guys come off the bench and seal for a late man. That's basically what they did there for Sage, and it almost worked.
Here's Tavares. Bounce it up to Dudamine. He goes over to the top of the defender. Eventually Waters kicked it back the direction of Tavares. It bounced off a body and lands in the crease of Gervais. Nothing doing on that offensive set for Mimico.
You know, Justin Tavares, we mentioned, plays his prep school ball at Deerfield Academy for Coach Feely. I think Coach Feely's watching right now. I went to prep school there, so shout out Coach Feely. Thanks for tuning in.
Wood had a nice play set up there with Drimmy. Intercepted, however, and here comes Mimico with Isaiah Moran-Weeks. Going to pull the shoot, though, and wait for Dudamine. Off the bench. Him and Crowley collide. Moran-Weeks wanted Thompson to come closer. Passes far side instead. William White one-on-one. Now the screen comes, as does the shot. Off the boards. Unable to pick up there was Alexander Hicks. He got tripped up at the restraining line. The crowd screaming for a penalty, and Justin Lee may have got a bit of a low check.
Got to bear down here if you're Peterborough. This is where Mimico does a lot of their damage on these second possessions.
Moran-Weeks all by himself, and Crowley the strip.
Yeah, Crowley's really been good tonight. Second team All-Star. It's nice for the D guys to get that recognition. I think it means more for defensive personnel than it does for offense, because offense, you have your stats, right? You have a way of kind of advocating for yourself. I think for the defensive guys to get that award nomination, you know, really makes a big difference. So credit to Crowley for earning himself onto that second team All-Star.
Ball to the far side, falling down with Simpson. He'll get it back across, and Finley Watson's shot Off an arm.
Yeah, McDonnell with the late stick into the hands there, forcing that shot up and over. Giving Tavares a lot of space here.
He'll bounce it back towards the restraining line. Over for Dudemain. Lucas Dudemain outside, swarmed. Trumbull initially took it away. Crowley in there as well. Dudemain off the carpet. Picked up for Tavares, turns and fires, and cleanly caught by Gervais.
Yeah, good possession there all around. This is not going to be the prettiest series, but a lot of competitive, good athletes out there. Trumbull and Crowley putting the ball on the ground, and then Mimico finding a way to still get a good look as Sage goes to the goal.
And scores, and then afterwards, a bit of a shove, but we're all tied up. Nate Sage.
This is the hit stick. This is the Jerome Bettis move right here. He says, "Get off me," and then he says it again.
Just in case the first one wasn't heard, over the crowd celebrating the tying goal.
If you're out there playing the new college football video game, that's a flick up on the analog stick, truck stick. That's what Nate Sage just did.
Didn't know you're getting video game advice too when you came tonight, did you?
I haven't played it yet.
Oh.
I'm on the IR for video games too.
Oh man.
And we're back to 5-on-5 here too. I think if you're Mimico, you're going to look back at the start of that second period and say we had a chance to really take a strong grip on this game. We let them off the hook a little bit, and Peterborough, especially with Gervais, and then has really settled in here. But lots of ball left to be played. Obviously, next goal is crucial.
Whittam having a strong night as well. 32 shots for Mimico, 29 now for Peterborough.
And what did I say, right? When the lower the scoring, the more I think it probably favors the Lakers. I think that's probably been true so far, right? It looked like Mimico might start, maybe not running away with it, but might start really running with the game. And then Peterborough stops the run, score's been low, and I think, the general feeling here is that the Lakers are in a pretty good place in the game.
Well, and how many games in Mimico have we done where one of the big names would be stopped? The other guy would put up 6-7 points when the other guy stopped. Or if one guy stopped, he gets a little frustrated. As Billings is going to go here, all over Clark, who scores.
This is going to be that rattle play again. Peterborough's run it twice. You're going to see Clark not really rattle. Clark just breaks through the seal. I mean, he's not really open, but that's a great example of what I'm talking about, Maddie. Throw it in. Throw it into the cutters, because if they catch it, it's your best chance at scoring. These goalies are all good from the outside. If you see a stick going through the middle, throw it to him. And Clark does a good job giving him a target, showing him where he wants to pass, puts it right on the money, and he buries it. Very precarious point in this game now for Mimico. You got to settle down, right? You still have plenty of time to come back, as Gervais is having a conversation with Trumbull. But you have plenty of time. You got to really settle down and not make any mental errors after the two quick ones from the Lakers.
Hobbs couldn't pick up the faceoff cleanly. It rolls to Tavares.
Yeah, guess who?
Yeah, done that a few times tonight, as pointed out by my partner. Someone on Twitter thinking we should be named MVPs of the season.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Mike is my vote for MVP. And an unnamed chicken wrap guy.
Yeah,
I don't know his name. I'm
Moran
sorry.
Weeks. I was going to ask you, the snack bar's closed here tonight, so do we get like an incomplete vote, or, or are we coming back? Like, how are you going to decide what's on the menu here?
The 6-year-old floor wipe crew in Orangeville, too. They're on my MVP ballot.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, those guys put in good work.
Well deserved.
This is Rattle again.
Yeah, out in the corner. Here's Peterborough.
It's well defended all the way around from Mimico.
Pushed all the way back outside the restraining line. They go through Clark. Down here to Rude. Whittam the save. Rude couldn't bring it down. Picks up the loose ball, though, and gets the reset.
Sage took an extra shot at the end of that play, and the kind of thing that you can just tell what kind of a player he is. He took the shot, and then he went right at his defender. He started walking towards his guy, saying, like, give me another one. That's what you want to see in this time of year.
Here's Clark. They go one-on-one. Ball flips out of his stick and lands in the big pocket of Whittam, who's looking down floor for Angus McDonnell.
What a Lucy there.
Angus McDonnell, not a graduating player. Brother Aiden is, although Angus a draft pick of the Dallas Stars of the National Hockey League.
Yeah, plays for the OHL Steelheads, if I have my notes right. Very talented two-sport athlete.
On the run, player down in the crease, they score, and that is a legal goal here in the OJLL. Since he's not involved with the play, couple players look like they're throwing hats down there. This is Clark again.
Drimmy going with the monkey off the back celebration. He had 3 goals in the first round. That's pretty good for a rookie. That's
right.
Or just breaks through the Mimico defense. Got to finish those possessions. Right? I think Mimico played pretty good D there for 20 seconds, but got to find a way to finish.
And for the first time tonight, it feels like one side has momentum.
Yeah,
we've seen dominating play, I think, as Roussel trying to change that, taking it to the cage, and Gervais will make the save. Looked like Mimico had the upper hand through most of that first, second maybe gone to Peterborough,
Yep.
But now in terms of offensive momentum, for the first time tonight, it looks like Peterborough's got it.
Absolutely, and obviously the momentum is always going to be more important at home, right? Because when you get the momentum, you get the crowd, as you can hear the Let's Go Lakers chants going.
3 minutes and 13 seconds for 3 goals. There was a penalty in there as well. Couple penalties as a couple shots now go wide. Sage brings it down from up top. He got hit right at the restraining line. Gives a shot of his own to Vincent.
Sage is the kind of guy a lot of NLL teams are looking for, right? He's just a rookie. He's got his whole college career ahead of him. Got lots of time. Just getting in there, throwing his body around. Reminds me a little bit of a guy I play with, Nathan Grennan. A good year this year in Albany.
Having a pretty good summer in Coburg as well,
really
after
good.
a trade from the Oakville Rock. Guy's a character, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Roussel around the back, looking to get it across to Dudemain. Guess who had hit, though? Crowley.
Yeah, what an end to that possession for Crowley. Doesn't throw a lot of checks, right? Just tries to get his hands on guys and really use his athleticism. And I would expect Peterborough to be pretty cautious with the ball here. You want to turn down that risk level. You know, normally, Matty, you'd say 7 won't do it, but look at the numbers for Peterborough. It just might. Throughout the first round, 7 has proven to be enough. So we'll see if that holds true tonight.
From the outside, shot goes back over center. Begley's not going to chase it. He'll wait for the offense to get out there. Shots even yet again here in this game at 32 now. As we pass the halfway mark of the third, 7-5 for Peterborough.
A lot of space here for Finn.
He'll give to Dudemain instead. Trying to pass it back to the captain. Lucas Osborne, the graduating player, got in the way. Now from the corner on the crease, and I think Thompson may have touched the blue carpet. Not going to matter, though, as Peterborough gains possession.
What a feed, by the way, by Lee. Just with the one hand.
Wood through Clark into the corner. This is Rude. Wood again, all alone on the near side. Stepping out was Hicks. And that's a big save from Whittam.
Yeah, I don't think Hicks realized how much time he had there. Probably had a little bit more time to go across, but remember that save by Whittam. If Mimico can get one the next few minutes here, it might have been a one that kind of kept the game alive here.
Roussel takes a chop from Trumbull. Up top, caught in with the shot corked and ready to go was Dudemain. Got it through to Gervais, close to the 4 seconds to get out of the crease. Trumbull now has to clear center within 8 and just did that. Back to the trailer. Shot wide from Watson.
Good feel by Clark there. I thought McIsaac was going to blow him up. Came off the bench with bad intentions.
Clark shot wide. 11 different players now, by the way, scoring points or registering points here in the game for Peterborough. off of their 7 goals to just 6 players by my count for Mimico off their 5. When they're rolling, it's by committee. Lee, what a good look right on top of the crease.
Lee can get those whenever he wants. He's so big in there. I think that was a set piece because that ball came out really quickly. Lee also probably had more time than he realized there.
Nate Sage to the far side. Wheeling back again is Drimmy. Down into the corner, picked up. Whittam comes out to throw 2 screens on Sage. Yeah. And then Taguri going to tell him what he thought about that.
Whittam says, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you scoring on me. I'm sick of you sticking your stick in the crease.
Yeah, that was Listen Rookie if I've ever seen Listen Rookie. Here's Gervais now coming across, and he'll make another great stop that are starting to pile up for him here in the 3rd period.
Yeah, that was a really nice take by Dudemain, a really good save. Can't get frustrated. You got to just keep going if you're Mimico.
Wood from
advantage,
Clark.
Yeah, advantage Peterborough. Good read by Taguri to come help.
Spins back Wood. Shot that off of Vincent. Up and off the low ceiling. I don't even know what you call that part. The ceiling is pretty high here. There's like a wall that kind of comes halfway to, anyways, whatever. Rude shot.
Architecture talk with Maddie. Here's
new podcast dropping in August.
Tavares
all by himself. Oh, the mesh rippled. I almost got caught.
Yeah.
Too, but hauled down was Tavares. And just the 2nd penalty of the night coming to Peterborough at the most inopportune time.
This is an interesting penalty. Almost, you know, when you hear in football, people talk about pad level, right? Tavares just goes right at Coyle. Coyle, a taller guy. You know, really hard for him not to high stick there. And I credit when you can, a guy of Tavares' size for being fearless enough to go right at Coyle, right? It kind of forces him to take the penalty.
The call high stick. I thought it may have been either holding or something of that nature. By the way, we've talked about the 2nd team All-Star, Nick Crowley in this game, Nicholas Volkov, Finley Thompson in this game, along with Liam Matthews, Will Sheehan, and Connor O'Toole. Your 1st team All-Stars, Thomas Kazak of the Beaches, Dante Bowen, Michael White, Willem Firth, Will McDonald, and Nolan Byrne from Brampton. Dudemain, 2nd power play of the game for Mimico, did not score the 1st time. A number of behind-the-back passes to get it into the corner for Lee. And it's Crowley again coming over and taking that off the boards.
Yeah, good Lucy. That's a good possession, though, from Mimico. Lee doing the right thing, stepping towards the middle, reaching his stick, but Gervais has just been up to the task. The other thing, Matt, is our shots in-house 36-34. As I'll let Wood go.
Yeah, Wood coming in, taking on all comers. The shot off Whittam, and they'll bring the ball back down and extend possession here as we close in on the halfway mark of the power play.
But I was going to say, most Mimico games we've done are what, 60 shots, 50 shots, right? Well below their season lead, and really I think the key is the resets there, right? They've played pretty good offense for the most part, but Peterborough been very clean off the ground, clean in transition.
Clark to Wood. He'll turn back after that shot went just wide. Chance here with 40 seconds to go on the power play. Moran Weeks up to Thompson.
So we enter 5 minutes left here, so gotta want to get at least one of these ones back soon.
Thompson works off top spot. Trumbull goes with him, was looking over his shoulder to see where Lee was. Dudemain all alone in the middle. That one bounces up and under the jersey of Gervais.
They say in field lacrosse, Matty, tell the goalies to wear sweatpants. The sweatpants will make you at least one save a game. The jersey helped Gervais on that one.
Going for a bit of a stroll back down to our right as the Lakers try and kill off the final few seconds of this power play. And the fans here at PMC will let you know that they've done it. Frank Coyle back to Watson.
Another very knowledgeable lacrosse crowd, right? Guys like Tracy Gillespie, Sean Evans in the building. Hard to put your finger on just what that kind of lacrosse expertise being around your team can do. But very helpful and very, very true of the 4 teams left, right? St. Catharines, we see a ton of NLL guys in the building. Orangeville is legendary for it, as Lee gets a good look, and Mimico, lots of guys as well.
Well, he was tied up by Simpson there. I think if he shoots that right away, may have a better look, but just couldn't do it. Here's Crowley.
Yeah, full clock time now for Peterborough. You're up 2, 4 minutes left. You don't want to shoot this thing before 5 seconds.
Off the bench, Rude. Into the corner. Now back to the left-hand side. Wood puts the brakes on, lowers the shoulder, spins and scores! Colby Wood by himself.
Colby Wood won, Maddie, one of the 3 nominees for the Rookie of the Year announced yesterday. And this is what he can do. He's a gifted athlete, can get to the goal. This is what he does. He gets to the goal. He beats guys, as they say, off the dribble. The question in that Six Nations series was, could he bury them? And obviously in a big moment gets one there. And this now it gets really tough for Mimico. 3 goals in just about 3 minutes. You got to score. You got to win face-offs here. And if you're Peterborough, you're in full rag mode if you get it.
Chase is on over on the far side. First one there was Frank Coyle, who did pick it up, and you're right. All hands up on that Peterborough bench, telling their guys to slow things down.
Yeah, what a nice effort it's been for Coyle in this game. Obviously he gets rewarded on the score sheet with the goal, but a bunch of hidden plays as well, and that loose ball is going to be one of those ones that means a lot more than it may appear on the box score.
On the run, Nick DeLoro from up top. I just get the sense the more of this series that we watch, the more coming out parties we're going to see from Lakers players that perhaps didn't get as good of attention they might have got throughout the full season. As
6 on 5 here.
Whittam now comes to the bench, Finn Thompson being handled by Trumbull all the way back to the restraining line. This shot bounces away. Here comes Thompson. Roussel knocked by Trumbull. Quick stick back across. What a save, Gervais. Come on.
They're going to say that there was no recess. They're going to say that Gervais didn't touch that. Seemed like he did from our angle.
Either way, it stays out.
I think we give him the save no matter what.
That kind of effort. And can we give a half save or something? Like, here's Clark. Up top for Sage on the run.
I thought there's a commotion in the stand. It's some minor Lakers cheering on their team.
They heard you talk about the Orangeville Minor Association. Yeah. Filed a grievance.
They heard me saying, if you got a problem from Mimico with someone from Mimico, it's everyone from Mimico. They said, bring out the 9-year-olds.
Yeah. Extra attacker on again. Under 2 minutes to go. Waters. Shot bounces wide. Simpson all over his man. Ball bounces back towards the timeline. That's where Lee's going to pick it up. 8 on the shot clock. He continues running towards the net in the crease violation. Peterborough gets it back. Crowley down the boards on the run. Nick DeLoro not going to get the pass, as they'll go to Clark to try and kill off more of this clock.
Again, Matt, as we look potentially to game 2, it really is the game 2s in these 5 gamers that really mean a lot. So Mimico, a tough one tonight because they probably felt like they were in control for a lot of it. As the mom goal strikes again. And we're going to get a
penalty here.
Some offsetting penalties, yeah.
This was an extended battle in on the half boards, as we'll get the replay of it. Angus McDonnell going off. Got a player here for Peterborough as well. As we look at, this is going to be the Gervais save, Save in air quotes.
I don't know. Hard to tell. Could have just gone right through the crease, but
whatever. I still want to give him a save.
Something we mentioned last night about it. 3 goals now, minute left. Maybe you see a message try to get sent towards the next game. with the penalties starting here, something obviously to monitor.
I think they said 2-minute power play. There is time up on the Mimico side of the clock.
Yeah, so Mimico is going to start with the goalie out. I don't mind that because their best hope is that if you play 5-on-4, you have no chance because they're just going to hold it. Your best hope now is that they shoot the empty net and miss.
Right.
And then you could somehow get it back. So I think with the options available, playing it straight up or playing it with the goalie out is not the worst idea. Yeah, and you're going to see, I think, a couple more defensive personnel come out here for Peterborough.
Well, I think they've now said 5-on-5. Well, the time is still up on the clock with 1:03 left to go. A reminder that game number 2 of this series is in Mimico on Wednesday night. It's an 8 p.m. start. Our crew will be in St. Catharines for game number 2 between Orangeville and the Athletics, I believe.
And
Got big plans for your day off tomorrow, Donnie? We don't get many of those.
probably watch lacrosse in some variety. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Lots of, I'm saying that jokingly, but there is lots of great streaming going on across the country, right? More than ever. There's streaming going on out west. Check out Coquitlam Adnax doing a bunch of streaming, a fun series going on between Port Coquitlam and Nanaimo. RMLL playoffs or finals kicking off soon, so lots of good lacrosse kicking around as Coyle throws an empty net.
Right from center. Doesn't that win you a car or something?
What's that?
Doesn't that win you a car if you get it from center floor? Might win you a playoff game. Coyle with his second.
It doesn't win you $1 million. It wins you a giant check that says $1 million on it.
Good luck cashing it.
Yeah. I mean, this is what Mimico was hoping for. Like I said, that's pretty much the best you can hope for in that scenario. Is hopefully that thing takes hits a piece of gravel in the turf and knocks out somewhere else. But credit to Coyle for just stepping up and drilling it. He's really been excellent tonight. 2 goals now by my count.
Yep.
Bunch of good defensive plays. A lot of good defenders for Peterborough, but I think Trumbull, Crowley, Coyle, White, some of the bigger guys especially, definitely noticeable.
Coyle had 2 goals all of the first series in 5 games. 2 here in game number 1 against Mimico, as that's going to help them pick up a victory here in game number 1.
Yeah, and sets up a massive game 2 at Mimico Arena. Should be a lot of fun. Expect an outstanding crowd there.
Yes.
Right, Mimico always supports their team well, especially later into the playoffs.
Hydrate if you're headed there.
Yeah. And try the P-Mill bacon sandwiches.
Lakers still with it as time counts down, 20 seconds. Out from the outside, a hard hit there. Sage is going to come over as there was a little bit extra to the man on the floor, and getting up and into it was Drimmy, I think mostly to pull his man out.
Yeah, Drimmy's just trying to get Sage out of there.
What did you say last night? And the game ticks down, no injuries, no suspensions.
Sure. Don't think we'll see any there, but when I wondered aloud whether we'd see a message try to get sent, that's what it looks like. Again, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but that's how it works.
I like the response from Sage too.
Sure.
Rookie on the team, you can tell that he's got a big role to play on this group. But
I think Drimmy's saying, "I'm okay. Thanks for jumping in for me.
Right.
I'm okay.
Right.
And we need you."
Nate Sage, a pair of goals here in this game, give him 9 for the playoffs. Had 11 points coming in. That'll put him up to 13 through now 6 playoff games for Nate Sage, the rookie. Almost feels like this Peterborough team a bit ahead of schedule.
I think some good chatter going on between Finn Thompson and
Carter Frost.
Yeah. I'm sure they're asking each other about what their hobbies are and what they got planned for their off days tomorrow.
Carter Frost stands up in the penalty box and tries to get the fans in it. They were in it the whole game and have a lot to cheer for, including a 9-5 victory in game number 1 for the Peterborough Junior Lakers.
Yeah, game 2, right? That's what it's all about. St. Catherine's going home to Canada Summer Games Park. Mimico going home to Mimico Arena. You have to defend these home floor game 2s because winning two more times in this arena, 3 more times in a row is a tall task. So Mimico's got to win. St. Catherine's got to win. Sometimes it's complicated, Maddie, and sometimes it's not.
Think about it on your off day. Head to Mimico at 8 p.m. if you're going to be there. Take your tablet and join us. We'll be in St. Catharines for game 2 of Orangeville and the Athletics, an 8 p.m. start also on Wednesday night. For Jonathan Donville, our director tonight, Chris Main, our producer, Gary Morrison of the JVI Sports Network, and Colleen Grimes of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. I'm Matthew Carrick saying good night from Peterborough, where the Lakers win 9-5 and lead 1-0 in the series. Enjoy the off day. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.